Good evening and hello everyone. My name is Wada Qais. I am a senior in translation department, University of Basra. I am here to present you the topic of my research paper. I'm honorable to share the stage with my teachers, lecturers, doctors, and our honorable dean. Now, to start with my presentation. My presentation is about Eliot and the East and how the wasteland built a bridge to Arabic modernism. Now, lost in translation. Now, jumping to the first slide. Today we are exploring how this famously difficult poem, The Wasteland by T.S. Eliot, traveled all across the world, from London reaching to the eastern side of the world, the Arabic side, and to Beirut in specific, leading us to explore more with El-Hawi. Context in 60 seconds. The wasteland. The wasteland was a fragmented bombshell that elaborated the poetry word. Fast forward into 1950, when Howie was reading casually from a newspaper or a magazine, we don't know in specific, but from that time, Howie has stumbled across The Wasteland by T.S. Eliot and found his first aha moment. He takes Eliot's technique, as we see. Howie fused Eliot's style with the Arabic myths. He took Eliot's technique, symbolism and myth, and his use and style in the poem writing, but he used it in his own voice, in his own manner. And what is the result? The result is a bridge between the Arabic and the American side of culture. Let's take this as an elaboration. Myth as a bridge with Eliot. Myths are our storytellers, the anchors that we use to speak up, to use. We don't only use the myths as readers and poets and writers. We only use them as translators ourselves. Myth as a bridge. Eliot used Tyrese, who is a symbol and a prophet, a blind prophet from the Greek mythology. What Howie here used is he replaced Tyrese with an Arabic myth that is from the Mesopotamian, which is the myth of Tammuz. But why Tammuz? Because Tammuz to Howie wasn't only a myth. Tammuz was a metaphor for the Arabic resilience and their will to reignite, and to preserve to the surface. This is how literary influence works, not by copying others' techniques and styles, but by infusing them with their own and using their own culture, pronouncing it as their own poetic voice. Eliot in Arabic versus El-Hawi in English. In translation, let's take for example how we see Eliot in the Arabic word and how did he come to the Arabic word, and how El-Hawi came to the, or we can say emerged to the English versa. In the Arabic wasteland, in the poem The Wasteland by T.S. Eliot, in the Arabic version, we see this line of April is the cruelest month. But in translating it and how it came to Arabic, the cruelest month became a harsh month. You see the irony here. The word lost its impact from the cruelest month to only a harsh month. The same thing happened with El-Hawi, but in the use of specific words, such as the use of the words provenant and soothsayer. These words aren't used right now. They don't even get recognized that much because they are so old and dusty. Let's sleep on this. Should translator really prioritize perceiving the same specific words and equivalent, even if it affects the meaning and the message behind the poem itself? The bridge by El-Hawi, Khalil El-Hawi. We see these lines. يعبرون الجسر في الصبح خفافا أضلع امتدت لهم جسرا وطيدا. In translating these lines, we've come across this translation. They crossed the bridge down light-footed, my ribs laid out before them. A solid bridge. You see, the irony here is that my ribs laid out before them. a solid bridge. What Howie means here and needs to emphasize is that the Arabic nationalism need to break their own bodies to create the new, to come across, to break from the caverns, the traditions, in order to create to us the new poetic form, which is the free verse. Why it matters. Al-Howie poets and Al-Howie and poets like him were actually accused of being Western agent, which is something unacceptable, because Howie didn't just imitate and took away the symbolism and myth and the techniques of writing. He actually Arabized them into our own culture, our own voice, using our own myths and creating something new. His poem, River of Ashes, isn't the new wasteland of the Arabic word, but it is an Arabic amber that is waiting to reignite. Translation isn't just words that are laid together in a sophisticated way. Translation is the power, perhaps the power that gets us to define and redefine the poetic image and the modern poetic image that we seek to. Audience interaction. Here's another line from Howie's poem, The Bridge. في ليالي الثلج والأفق رماد, in snowy nights with ashen horizons. You see, in translating these poems, it kind of lost its rhythmatic and musicality in the Arabic. You see, the word ashen is quite stagnated in this line. It kind of affects the whole meaning of the poetic version. And this is an example of how it was translated. But how would we translate it? Would we perhaps sacrifice the word ashen to convey a clearer and more smoother, with more tune and rhymed translated version? Eliot's Ghost in Arabic poetry. Al-Howie didn't just read from T.S. Eliot's poem. He didn't just imitate or try to use his style. Where Eliot saw a barren West, and Howie actually saw a way, a mean to break the rigid old known, and to create something new. He was begging the culture and the Arabic civilization to rebirth. His suicide in 1982 during Lebanese invasion by the Jews tragically mirrored his poetry's despair. But what about his legacy? What happened to his legacy, to Howie's legacy? His legacy is a proof that translation isn't just a loss, but a reinvention of something old and breaking into the new form. So next time when you hear The Wasteland, remember that echoes are global, and its bridge are still being built up till today. That's it, and thank you very much for